Hi there, I'm Shar. Did you know that it is Tell a Fairy Tale Day today? Well, I now do, and I've made a little fairy tale using our tool LAIKA. So I fine tuned a large language model on the Grimm Brothers fairy stories and wrote the following. When you see it written down, the parts that are in black I wrote, and the parts that are in pink LAIKA wrote. So here goes. Once upon a time, there was a miller who lived with his wife in great contentment and happiness. But misfortune befell him when his wife became ill. He went into the forest to seek herbs to aid her, but he was so deep in the forest that the path was not easy to follow, and he got lost. For hours he wandered until dusk fell. When, therefore, he spied a small house through the trees, he approached it and knocked at the door. A little old woman answered and looked at him with cunning eyes. "Those herbs you have there," she croaked, "are you ill?" He answered quite humbly, "No, ma'am, it's my wife. I need to get home to her. She's not well at all." The old woman laughed mockingly and said, "And so shall she stay unless you make me a promise." The miller realized that the old woman was a witch, and hope sprang in his heart. "Anything," he cried. "Please save her. I'll give anything." The old woman nodded, and she gave him a little cake and a bottle of wine, and said, "Give her this, and she will be well in the morning. But then you must promise me that you will return here each full moon with a sack of your finest grain. By the light of the full moon, my house can easily be found by those I invite." The miller promised to do that, and he took the sack and found his way home. With the cake and the wine, the colour returned to his wife's face, and the miller rejoiced. For 3 weeks he was as happy as he had ever been, until the moon was almost full, and he recalled his promise to the witch. He began to prepare the grain, but his wife stopped him and said, "It is not safe. You can't go out there. Stay, stay." He answered, "If I stay here, I can't fulfill my promise to the witch who saved you." He kissed his wife and then took his bundle on his back and went into the forest. He gave the witch the grain, and she asked him to help her a little, to plant and water the field, to tend her flock of geese. As the moon still shone, he agreed, and worked to aid her. It was a long night, but eventually the sun rose once more, and he headed homewards. But when he arrived at his house, it lay in ruins, and his wife was no longer there. The wind had changed direction and was whistling through the leaves, and in its song the miller heard the laughter of the witch, and in its touch the miller felt the caress of his long-dead wife. Do you want to make your own? You can. Just head to writewithlaika.com and you can sign up for free, and you can work with our Brothers Grimm fairy tale making brain. It's called Grimm's Grimm Storyteller, and it's right there on the front page. Happy Fairy Tale Day!